Good afternoon, Cape Townians, and welcome to yet another exciting and interesting topic of today's show, right here on Open Studio with myself, Usihle. Today in the studio, I'm having a conversation with Cindy, the trainer, speaker, author, and HIV activist. And I'm also joined by Pastor Bethel. He is also a motivational speaker and author of the book, Responding Positively in the Face of a Challenge. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Delighted to be here.
All right. I understand that both of you have written books. I want to know, firstly, from you, Cindy, what is your focus of your book? Like, what do you focus on?
I focus on HIV and AIDS and living positively with the with my status.
Okay. And I also want to know from you, what is your focus on your book?
Responding positively in the face of a challenge focuses exclusively on empowering men and women, regardless of the challenge you're dealing with, because life challenges comes in different forms and shades. It could be financial, it could be health issues, it could be social in nature. So regardless of your social standing or political standing, you should be able to get the empowerment you need. So exclusively it focuses on empowerment, empowering men and women with the requisite energy, the requisite intellectual power, energy, power, focus on what you need to do. So exclusively it has to do with empowerment.
Okay. So Pastor, tell us, what inspired you to writing this book?
Responding positively in the face of a challenge, the inspiration to write the book was stimulated by the fact that I needed to convey what I have found helpful in dealing with my personal challenges. I needed to convey that to others as well on a large scale. Of course, having ministered to people on an individual level, counseling them, but I needed it to for it to be widespread out there. So the solutions and the strategies and the techniques that I've had to apply in dealing with my personal challenges, they need to have that, communicated to the individuals out there who are battling with their own challenges. That was the core factor that inspired writing the book.
Okay, and tell me, have you had experiences in your life that have led you to, taking your own advice?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier on, the need to overcome certain personal challenges, one of them being the aftermath of battling with sexual molestation when I was about the age of 8. The aftermath, dealing with that, I battled with it for a long period of time. I didn't know that it was the consequences I was dealing with. I did not know that it was as a result of those sexual molestation that was orchestrated over a long period of time. So as I began to gain victory over it, as well as other challenges like having to bulldoze my way through school, both high school and higher institution, as I began to gain victory over them, I found it very, very useful to actually appropriate these solutions.
Okay. So with you, Cindy, I know that you are living with, HIV, right?
Correct.
The day you discovered that you're HIV positive, how did you take that?
Well, quite frankly, I didn't discover myself first. My partner at the time was in hospital, and he decided in hospital to have an HIV test. And I kind of had a week to come to terms with the fact that I was probably going to be diagnosed HIV positive as well. And when it did occur, I just realized that, there wasn't much I could do to change it. In fact, there wasn't anything I could do to change it. It was there. I had to deal with it, whatever the consequences were. And eventually I acquired a lot of diseases. I was diagnosed with pneumonia, shingles. I had 2 strokes. I had TB meningitis, and I was also diagnosed with cancer. So I had to get past all of that to actually start living my life again. And it was a challenge, but here I am.
Hey. I believe that you're an overcomer. You are such an overcomer.
I certainly am. And it's difficult for people to think when they've been diagnosed that they can actually flourish. I've made a lot of changes, and very quick changes in my life. And it's been because I know I only have one life. So yes, I have overcome a hang of a lot. And I mean, and I'll admit to my age so that the people out there, they'll know. It doesn't matter what your age is. You can make changes. I'm 59.
Oh my, and you look this good.
I know.
Okay. Also, I know there are many people out there who are living with, you know, HIV, and they don't look as good as you do. And I've heard that, you know, sometimes it's hard for them to, you know, accept. And I believe that sometimes that plays a huge part in their life. You know,
Damages.
Yes.
It really does do damage.
So what would you advise them?
I personally would advise people to go and find somebody that can counsel them.
Okay. Without breaking you,
Yes.
I want you to give me this answer right after the break,
Yes.
right? We have to go to an ad break. We'll be back right after this.